himself. So we got all 10 clicked in. Match is about to go underway. Oh, nope. Wouldn't be UT without somebody disconnecting during the countdown. There it is. Everybody spawns. Already we're seeing Shiver get a multi-kill. We're gonna watch from Humpty's perspective a little bit. He's defending low left. Gets himself a double kill. Already a killing spree for him. But Fisk makes a quick end to that. And I'm gonna put on auto spec just so when they do get a flag grab, we won't miss it. Because as I said, I am a little rusty doing this casting. We are watching from Humpty, who's covering his own flag room from high above that jump pad. Getting a little help from his teammate Anti, taking out 2 of the enemy defenders. And like I said, I think this is going to be a map that's a little tough to get a grab off. Of course, all grabs are pretty tough in iCTF, but with this map in general, just kind of a deep base with a wide open flag room. Sonic getting the first grab of the game does not last very long. Immediately made short work of by the Shiver defense. Let's watch from him as he will be attacking, using that jump pad, trying to get into the enemy base high. And you're going to see that a lot from some of these attackers, suiciding to try to get a more advantageous spawn so they don't have to do quite so much dodging just to get in the enemy base. And we are seeing a grab from Slider, but quickly taken out by Anti. Pickup by Calippo. He doesn't last very long either. So you take a look at the stat line, and already 2 grabs for Sonic, but you know, neither team has really gotten that far, even out of the flag room with the flag yet. As Exist might be the first, though. He makes it to the threshold and is immediately taken down. Here comes Rastaman with a grab of his own. He gets sandwiched and ultimately fragged by, I believe that was Slider. He gets a second frag on him. Humpty with a multi. Here's A with a grab. He's going to use that jump pad to try to go out high right. He does, but Slider with a double kill, so nice defense from Slider. He's already up to 2 flag kills, 13 frags, 15 for Exist. He is on the attack side. Sonic with another grab. That's his 3rd. And we're seeing a lot of quick grabs, but both teams pretty much being immediately killed in the flag room. Not a whole lot of progress being made by these attackers. But like I said, what you're going to see is these guys have to brute force their way out of the base and hope to pick up some opportunistic cover from their middle and defenders who are going to have to push up at the right time to escort their teammates across mid. So here comes a Rastaman. It's a nice 3-man push for UK. The flag is going to make it out to middle. Humpty with the pickup. Nice little reverse dodge on the jump pad. Flag is on the stand, and we're going to see 1-0 for UK. Humpty immediately fragged by Slider right after that cap. But Johnny on the spot, and just as I was previously describing right before it happened, just a fast push by UK. You know, they had 3 men attacking. We saw Rasta able to get out mid. Humpty gets a good pickup and dodges into his base high to give them an early 1-0 lead. I'm going to take off auto spectate now because I kind of wanted to get the overhead view in mid, and it forced me back onto the flag carrier, so. We're seeing Humpty leading his team in the points department, mostly because of that flag capture. Sonic, nothing doing for him. Trying to head out right side and is immediately fragged. He's Exist with a pickup. And they're not really keying in to the positions of the defenders or Shiver. They're just kind of making a grab, making a beeline to a certain side of the map, and then hoping for some frags, but they're not checking the typical spots. And that's the thing about the insta-hit game type. You have to check the spots that these defenders are going to be hiding at, because that one-shot, one-kill, if they see you and you don't see them, odds are you're going to be dead unless they just choke it. As Sonic is sneaking one out into his base. All kinds of cover. Enemy team does not know where he is, but the enemy does have their flag, so it's going to be a standoff. Calippo, he's made it back to his base. He is in the flag room high. Sonic, meanwhile, using that portal to hang out in the tower. He's all on his lonesome. Doesn't look like he has any cover. So let's see how long Calippo can last holding on to that flag. He does have one cover himself. I think the enemy is on to where he's at. Actually, he has 2, 3 cover. So Shiver, surprisingly enough, stacking up on the support and not sending too many to get the flag back. Let's actually see if we can find out who is going on return. Is Sonic still hanging out in that tower? There he is. And I would think that on this map, that's a spot you would probably check pretty quickly in a flag standoff, especially if you're sending one guy, although he's probably having some trouble actually getting into the base. Uh-oh. We're seeing, and I missed that return. I apologize, guys, but Sonic gonna bide his time, not immediately jump out, make sure that his teammates have secured the flag. Make sure the flag room's clear. Sonic's gonna mosey his way on in the base. He's got plenty of cover. Oh no, there's one! He made it in! But with all that cover, Kawa just was gonna have to pull an absolute hero move to get that return. And Sonic getting a cap of his own to make it 2-0 for UK. Early lead here on map 1. Sonic wasting no time, already getting back to middle. 2 trailing him. We're seeing Anti get the pickup. Flag is down. Another pickup, that's 3 in a row, and Fisk coming in for the desperation return before the flag can make it into their base. So UK absolutely keeping the pressure on here, not satisfied with just a 2 flag lead. I'm gonna make it a 3rd. 3-man push. Sonic, I think, was playing it a bit too slow there. He had 2 cover, probably could have just pushed straight through that 1 defender and hoped for a pickup from his teammates. As we see, A has the flag, gonna try to leave out right. Will make it in the middle. No, he will not. Fisk is there to shoot him from behind and get the return. Meanwhile, Shiver having trouble on the offensive side. They have a lot of grabs. It's like 8 total, but you know, the only flag they got back to their base was on the standoff, and they loaded up heavy on the support. Didn't really balance out between supporting their flag carrier and going for the return, and that made them kind of pay the price as UK was able to win that standoff. Hello, Monk. Thank you for the admiration. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I am a little rusty, particularly with Instagib. Never claimed to be great of an IG player, but I have played an inordinate amount of Unreal Tournament Capture the Flag, so I can think that I can still provide some insight into games like these, as it's approaching the 12-minute mark. Still plenty of time for Shiver to get back in this game, but with the way things are going, they're going to have to probably switch something up. As I've already mentioned, they're not having a lot of success on the offensive side. And meanwhile, their defense is kind of leaking as they're losing tabs on the flag quite a bit. I don't know if that's due to them getting fragged and the flag kind of juking them, or if it's just they're not doing a good enough job of staying tight onto the flag. So it is a nice double kill from Humpty, sorry, to get the return. And he's playing solid defense. He's up to 10 flag kills, leading the server, 44 frags. Gets that fortuitous spawn in the base, 3 defenders, falling back for UK. Really tight defense from them so far. Burn, baby. We're seeing Slider get a pickup, and Humpty, just good positioning to put himself between the enemy flag and mid in their base to make them work through him to actually get somewhere with it. Of course, he is picking up that frag, as we see Rastaman showing some fancy footwork, using the portals to juke the defense, gets a trailing frag. He's going to cross through high middle. He's got some support. He's in his base high. Slider with the beautiful double kill. Follows it up with a 3rd, gets the multi and the return. If he misses those shots, that's probably 3-0 for UK. Nice play by Slider to prevent that from happening. Just about to approach the halfway point in this map. We're seeing still a comfortable 2-0 lead for UK. Watch from the blue flag room, not the flag room, as we see 2 push. Not really coordinated on the grabs there. Two guys were going for it. Calippo ultimately gets it. He's gonna... Will he make it out? He does. Picks up some opportunistic cover. Doesn't quite hit the boot jump, or not the boot jump, the pad jump into his high. Pays the price for it with his life. Enemy flag is returned. So at this point, if you're Shiver, you need to, I don't know, perhaps start going a heavy three-man offense to perhaps get yourself a cap and narrow that gap to at least one. Opening frag in the flag room by Calippo, looking for that second before he leaves the enemy base. Cannot get it. And that's Rostaman with the fallback return. Let's go back to auto spectate here as I check. Apparently I have a message. Again, you are watching the Global Unreal iCTF 5, Week 3. It is the development matches. Shiver against UK. Humpty's team in the lead 2-0 here on the first map. 9 minutes remaining, but we finally see Shiver making it into the base and gonna... Oh no, down on the stand! But luckily, 3 of them were there to get that cap, and Calippo, ooh, getting stuck on the stairs a little bit at the flag stand. But luckily, his teammates able to get the pick up, narrowing that deficit to 1. So finally success for Shiver on the offensive side. And I'm not sure if they really switched things up or if they just put it together with what they were already doing. You're seeing Fisk stepping up. Just 1 frag behind Humpty. He's got 3 covers and 3 seals. I'm sure those 3 seals came on that last capture. Very nice job. And that's the thing, it's pretty tough to seal in Instagib. I mean, unlike weapons where you have these choke points that you can just spam with all those spamming weapons like combos and rockets and what have you. Instagib, you have to hit your shots to get those seals, and they're ever important because you do get the flag into your base extremely rarely. You need to capitalize when you do. Shiver able to do that on that particular run as we see another one from Rostaman. And I gotta say, he's been showing some nice decision-making on the offensive side on this map. He realizes that you can't just, beeline your way out of the base unless you've got cover there. A lot of times we're seeing him double back and even triple back to throw off the defensive cutoff to take advantage of the kind of maze-like layout of this base. So he's able to, get a grab, make a move, and then kind of trail in the enemy base to hopefully lose the defense. As we see another flag almost make it into the base for UK, but Slider has the flag himself, trying to make it out. A with an opportunistic pickup, and he's probably going to make it another 2-cap lead, as he does get a boost in his flag room from behind to make it 3-1 here with just under 7 minutes remaining. Shiver, again, down by 2. And that's got to be a little disheartening for Shiver because, you were able to whittle that deficit down to 1, hoping to get that equalizer, and just like that, you're down by 2 again. So, nice job by UK to adjust, and Humpty, 1 cap, 1 grab, and an assist with 14 flag kills, leading his team as the captain and the top fragger in the server right now. Go Sonic with another grab. I believe he has the most in the server right now at 16, keeping the pace up. And I think that's probably one of the big things that's benefiting UK here is the Shiver defense just cannot get set up. They're not necessarily going with coordinated attacks our UK, as Sonic is just being a grab machine and allowing his teammates to hopefully provide him cover when they can, but he's not necessarily worried about that. What his job is right now is to keep the enemy defense from being able to get set. He's doing a really nice job of that. Of course, he does have a cap, a couple of covers, and a seal, so he's doing a nice job of fragging as well. But just keeping those grab counts up is huge because it doesn't allow the Shiver defense to ever take their eyes off that flag stand, or you're going to lose it. You're going to lose the flag to Sonic, who could sneak out or even just hide in the enemy base and wait for cover. Watch from Roscoe, who's going to get a grab himself. And as we said, he's been making the most of his grabs. And a frag on Calippo. Can't get the second one on Fisk. But Sonic immediately there for the cherry pick grab. Stalling in base, but they did spot him. He's going to make it out. He picks up some cover. Oh no, he cannot quite get to middle. Koa is shot from behind, from up top. It's a clutch frag. If he doesn't get that, Sonic will probably find an escort in middle and perhaps make it 4-1. A little bit of a fallback that we're seeing exist. Get cut off again. UK always in the right position as far as cutting off that enemy flag carrier, not letting him get to middle uncontested. We're seeing Slider doing a little bit of stalling in his base, and his teammate unaware of the lurker behind. Meanwhile, the enemy flag has made it into their low. Sonic on the pickup. He's got one to beat. It's Koa. He gets the double kill. No. Anti gets the pickup. He's in his base, and that's going to be 4-1. I thought Shiver was going to get that clutch return there. They just could not convert. It's nice teamwork from UK to always have a couple of guys around the flag and make sure that Shiver has to work to get that return. And unless something changes drastically in the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this map, I'm going to go ahead and call it for UK. Extremely nice teamwork as far as the offense is concerned. Sonic, 18 grabs, a cap and assist. He already has the complete game. A needs a seal to get there. That's not to downplay Shiver's performance. I think they've done admirably, particularly on the defensive side. But their offense has just not been clicking here. As UK defense has always been in the right position to cut off those runs, prevent the pickups, and always pushing up at the right time for their team. As Sonic has made it into his foyer, into his flag room, but Koa is there to get the return. Meanwhile, Calippo does have the flag. He's going to try to go out high middle. He's crossing the bridge. He's got one cover waiting for him. The shots are coming in from behind. They will not land. He's getting the boost. And this is going to narrow the gap to 2. No, he's down in the flag room. A second shot from Sonic. Oh, and a hero return from UK in the flag room, denying the second cap for Shiver, and that has got to be depressing. Sonic and A combining for an exceptional return in the flag room. Probably wouldn't have mattered much, to be honest. I don't think Shiver would have been able to win the game regardless of that cap. But still disheartening if you're them, letting what should have been an easy capture get stolen from you in your own flag room. Meanwhile, it looked like we were going to see another potential cap from UK. We did see the defense coming through for Shiver. Calippo on the grab. He's got some cover, going to move out. Right middle. Has one to beat. It's Humpty. He does pick up the frag. He's in his lower. It's not really a good boost. Gets stuck on the wall. Let's see if they can capitalize on this one. Again, there's one in the flag room. It's Sonic. But Koa, Johnny on the spot to frag Sonic, get the pickup and the cap to bring it to 4-2. So that was almost the second save for Sonic. But luckily, able to prevent it. Our Shiver to bring it in 2. But like I said, it's not really going to matter. Just about a minute remaining here in the first map. And it's looking like UK is going to take this one comfortably on broken limits. I'm not sure what the second map is, but we will see. Of course, every map win, match win counts. You know, it's a season format, so it's all about points and earning your spot into the playoffs. Despite the fact that the development matches do have lower point values, they are still important. They can, you know, on the bubble, be the difference between making the playoffs and being eliminated from the tournament. Final 30 seconds of the game. Both flags off the stand. Sonic going out high. Oh, he is hit midair by Koa. Meanwhile, Fisk has the flag for Shiver. Has some time if he can beat feet through middle to get that cap, but again, it's not going to matter. We are going to see UK take the victory Both flags off the stand. And a garbage time cap for UK to make it 5-2 here on the first map. Top fragger actually going to Fisk, surging to the lead towards the end of that map. 10 frags more than Humpty. Strong performance by him in the cover and seal department, but the teamwork and coordination of UK just too much. They really took advantage of getting the flags to middle and getting the flags in their base, and meanwhile, Shiver actually missed opportunities for them. They had a couple of caps that they probably should have had, but the hero moves by UK, particularly that one save by Sonic and A in the flag room, just steps away from a cap. Gotta be demoralizing. And map 2 will be Sprinta. So Shiver looking to bounce back after a first map loss. We'll see if they can do it. Once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the Global Unreal iCTF 5 tournament. It's Instagib CTF. That is Unreal Tournament 1999. Been playing this game for over a decade and a half at this point. Casting it for probably 10 years now. A little bit of UT comeback hype in the air with some recent tweets coming from none other than Mark Rain himself. Although, you know, a little bit murky what the details are. You know, I'm not sure if he's referring to Open Tournament, which a lot of us already know about, or if this is a true Unreal Tournament for release. I'm more leaning towards the former, the Open Tournament, which is still exciting. Just the potential with that. You're really leaving it up to the community to take the development tools, which are extremely user-friendly, and turning them into a new game. Hey, what's up, CRZ? Thanks for tuning in, man. A little throwback casting here today, doing some Unreal Tournament. I hope the stream is smooth for you guys. I did lower the bit rate this time to, I believe, 2,000. I typically stream at 3,500, but being that I'm not partnered here on my channel, I know that a lot of you guys are Euros. A lot of you guys don't have, you know, really strong internets to handle a 3.5 megabit stream. So hopefully everyone can watch this. Hopefully it's smooth. I realize the quality will suffer a little bit, but I think it's more important that everyone can watch the live stream smoothly than the VODs to be completely crisp. But we'll see. Hopefully at some point get some transcoding on this channel, so that won't be a problem, but no big if we don't. Again, we are waiting for map 2 to start here in the Shiver versus UK match. That's Sakura and Humpty's teams. And while we're waiting, just a little shameless self-plugging. You can see in the bottom left and right of your stream the links for my Twitch and YouTube channels. Kind of have to spell them out for people because they are so long and confusing. But I would appreciate if you do enjoy what you're watching, if you would follow the channel and check me out on YouTube, where I post all the VODs of the matches that I do cover here on the Twitch channel. And occasionally I'll stream to YouTube if Twitch is having issues, which, you know, when sometimes they're having the bigger League of Legends or even CSGO events, just the demands on the servers get to be a bit too much. So in those cases, I'll head on over to YouTube, but hopefully Twitch is behaving today. And I think later this afternoon may be covering some of the UT 1v1 Duel Cup. 1v1 Duel, that's kind of repetitive. Welcome to the Department of Redundancy Department. But yeah, that is the Duel Cup hosted by SAS Bleh. It's a semi-invite tournament, but it's a normal weapons 1v1 tournament that was crowdfunded, has about €250 on the line. And just with the 1v1 games, it's kind of just when the guys show up is when they're covering. So I'm not sure exactly when those games will be, but if they do happen kind of after these games happen, I'll probably just slide right into those and hopefully cover that as well. So a little bit of diverse UT content coming for you guys. Potentially some more of the iCTF games, as they will have the regular matches, not the dev matches, later tonight. and then perhaps some 1v1s as well. And for those of you that might be interested, I do cast for Sivo in Counter-Strike. We may be, I'm not sure, but we're off standby tonight for doing some playoff games later. And that would be probably at the 9 Eastern time, so roughly 6 hours from now. And that'd be over on the Play Sivo channel if you guys are interested in that. Just figure I'd mention that stuff to you guys as we do wait for this final click-in from Sonic, the gorilla. He's got to go eat a couple bananas before the second map. Again, UK winning map 1, Broken Limits. I think the final score was 5-2. My memory doesn't serve me very well, so excuse me if that was incorrect. So we still play the waiting game a little bit here. I do apologize. That's kind of typical for gaming in general, and of course Unreal Tournament especially. And just as I say that, we do have the final click in for Sonic. And here we go. iCTF 5 Week 3 action. It's a development match between Shiver and UK, Map 2. After UK winning the first one, Broken Limits, we are on Sprinta.
Double kill.
We're watching from Humpty's perspective. He did play defense last map. Let's see if he decides to do so here on map 2. And actually looking like he might be opting for the offensive side of the game. Let's go back to auto spectate so we can make sure we get those initial flag grabs, because with IG, as you do know, it's so easy to miss a grab because they die almost immediately after a pickup. We're seeing Sonic get a clean grab, but shot from behind from Fisk. Can't quite turn the corner to make it out to mid, and that's the thing about Sprinta. There aren't a lot of corners. You know, long hallways, very few bends to take advantage of. You got to kind of frag in and frag out, and then hope to pick up some cover or some opportunistic pickups when you do reach mid, because with how long these maps, or this map is, and how great these guys' aims are after playing this game for a decade, pretty hard to make it across mid without either fragging your way or getting several pickups. So that's probably what we're going to see here. Pickup train from one of these teams, or maybe a brain fart from a defense if they just completely lose a flag carrier and he's able to juke his way across middle. And you take a look, only a couple grabs each for both teams. One for Clippo, one slider, one for Rastaman, and one for Sonic. Maybe I was wrong about Humpty, perhaps playing the offensive position, maybe floater in the middle. Pew pew, that's right, Kem's shooting the laser beams. And yeah, I could potentially use some company. It is difficult casting solo. I didn't have time to really work out a co-caster. Watching from Rasta trying to move into the enemy high to get himself a grab. Let's go off auto spectate and watch from the defense a little bit. Humpty playing aggressively, and it looks like he's actually playing mid support on O. Maybe not playing D. As he does make it into the red base, puts down one of the defenders. Can he follow it up with a second frag? He does. Meanwhile, boosts his flag carrier into the corner. Sonic laughing at that one, but he is going to make it out high mid, and lurking from lower is Koa. Gianni on the spot to pick up that frag and get the return. Otherwise, Sonic had the potential to go far with that flag. We're seeing a grab from Fisk, made short work of by Humpty with the fallback. Clippo with a grab. He's going to try to go left, but Humpty right there in his way. Always seems to be in the right spot, does Humpty. He's just a really smart player with a lot of experience, you know, in multiple mods, not just CTF Instagib. We are watching from Humpty, who actually making a grab. I think it's his first of the match. Can't quite turn the corner, but Sonic is there to get the pickup. A trailing frag on Koa. He's picking up some cover, coming in his left. Meanwhile, the flag was off the stand for his team. Calippo, one step away from the return. Rastaman is there with the rest of his teammates. And just like I said, UK, the pickup train, to get the first cap of the second map. Looking strong here are the development team of UK. Solid run from Humpty, who started it off. Sonic in good position to get the pickup. Finishing it off for their team is Rastaman. Just a step away was Shiver from the return, but unfortunately, as is expected with Instagib, at one shot, doesn't matter how close you are if you don't get that return, particularly with how close it was to the enemy base.
Fear me.
And not surprising after an initial cap, things slowed down a little bit. Switch back to auto spec as we see Rastaman getting a grab and immediately taken out by the enemy defense. Sorry if I do go silent occasionally, guys. It's for multiple reasons. Sometimes checking messages, sometimes resting my voice. It's tough to carry the stream solo, particularly for 40 minutes. I'm seeing Calippo trying to juke his way out of the enemy high. Cannot get it done. And we're seeing kind of a similar occurrence here on map 2 as we did on map 1. The early lead for UK while Shiver struggles on the offensive side. The only time we've really seen them be successful is during standoffs when, you know, UK is heavily committed to an offensive push, leaving the defense a little bit open, which, you know, to Shiver's credit, they are able to capitalize on, but they can't turn it into a cap, which is really what you need to be doing here. In the frag department, it's not that much of a disparity, although, you know, surprisingly, we're seeing high frags from Shiver. 40 for Fisk, 32 for Slider, not turning them into caps. So we trying to see some opportunistic boosting coming from Fisk, but just serves to boost his enemy flag carrier right into the defense. But he makes short work of those guys.
Double kill.
He's on, I think, a 6 or 7 kill spree. Mega kill coming from Fisk. There's the Ultra, but just too many. Fisk working his way up to 49 frags. Gonna eclipse the 50 frag mark before we even hit the halfway point of this map. But it's looking like that's how he's gonna have to frag if Shiver's gonna have any kind of chance of winning this match.
Double kill.
Another double kill. Multi-kill from Sonic. Moving in right to the enemy base. Well-timed with his teammates. There's a nice double kill. Can't get the multi as there are 3 defending for Shiver. Sonic probably cursing the defensive stack on TeamSpeak. UK overall doing a really nice job of syncing up on offense. Approaching at the same time, realizing who's going to actually make the grab and who's going to cover. As meanwhile, we've seen Shiver not quite so coordinated on the offensive side. You know, sometimes we see 2 guys, even 3, going for the grab. What you really need to do is have a couple guys posted up at the exits. One guy moves in for the cap, so you're not all so close and leaving yourself open for the multi, the easy multi. And obviously, the further your opponent has to move his crosshair, the harder it is for him to pick up those multiple kills. When you bunch up like that, you're playing into their hands. As we see a grab from Slider. Move out, left, Picking up some cover. He gets a frag. The flag is down. Exist. Getting the pickup. There's one more there. And Anti with the spam. Ouch. There was one there for Shiver, but could not get the frag or the pickup. Nice footwork from Anti to stay alive and ultimately get the clutch return at the halfway point in middle. So again, not able to take advantage of opportunities. It's been the theme for Shiver here in this match. Map 2, down by 1 after losing the first map, Broken Limits. Handedly, we believe it was 5-2.
Double kill.
Promising run here for Shiver, picking up a double kill. Fisk providing some nice cover, but just too many so far for UK.
Double kill.
They're just having to brute force their way for this cap, and Sonic coming out of nowhere to get the return in front of 3 of Shivers. I don't think they're moving fast enough. Now, a lot of that is because they're getting fragged and having to get the pickups. But the pickups aren't coming quickly. They've got plenty of guys around the flags, but a bit uncoordinated with who's going to get the pickup and who's going to get the frag. Just an unfortunate turn of events. As meanwhile, we see Rastaman already making it into his base. Making it a 2-0 lead at roughly the halfway point for UK. Rasta having both caps for his team. Only off 7 grabs. Just appears like the Shiver defense is having a difficult time hitting Rasta. And with 10 minutes remaining, I gotta think this is gonna probably pan out much the way Broken Limits did with, you know, perhaps we'll see Shiver able to get a cap or two. More than likely gonna come in garbage time after UK has secured their comfortable lead. And really unfortunate because we've seen some good runs and some nice coordination, but every time UK is able to come up with a big play, and it's been started more often than not, although A coming up with a couple of big saves for him, one on this map and one on Broken Limits. So Sonic and A both coming up with the big plays when they need them most to prevent Shiver from taking advantage of getting a cap. Watching Sonic. Oh, what a 180 shot on Fisk there. That was just textbook. And look at this coordination. There's the flag grab, exiting high. 2 of them are there. Immediate pickup. As I said, you got to get those pickups quick, and you got to keep progressing the flag forward to allow your teammates to hopefully come and support you. As Sonic picks the right time to slow it down, picks up a double kill, and it will be a cap for him as he does get on the board. 1 cap and an assist for Sonic off of 2 grabs. 3-0 lead for UK here in the second map, and just cruising.
I'm on fire.
Just too strong, I think, are UK. And not being able to really look at their rosters and see what the kind of salary discrepancy is here. It's just the better teamwork has been on UK's side thus far. Now you could perhaps say that, you know, maybe Shiver is missing an important player, even though this is a depth game, as we're finally seeing some nice coordination and boosting, although a bit sloppy from Shiver, and they're going to get on the board to cut the lead within 2. But this is much like what happened on Broken Limits, where it's almost too little too late. You know, you've already allowed a 3-cap lead, and now you're constantly working from behind, and we'll probably see UK keep the pressure up to keep that distance between themselves and Shiver, not let them get the equalizer to perhaps steal it later on in this game. But as I was saying, I don't think this is a case where maybe Shiver is missing that key player, more than it's just they're not capitalizing on their opportunities, and they're not really playing fluidly when they do have those opportunities. Whereas we see UK has absolutely had stellar teamwork thus far, getting the quick pickups, boosts, cover. I mean, you couldn't have asked for much more from these guys. It's a nice jumping boost coming in their enemy right, and just as I said, this is going to be a 4th capture, 2nd for Sonic to keep that distance. getting back to a 3-cap lead. And it just looks like Shiver does not have an answer for what UK is able to do here. Like I said earlier, they're not really getting out-fragged. If you take a look at the frags, it's almost even when you compare players. They have a big fragger, Fisk and Humpty, respectively. Follow that with a strong offensive fragger in Slider and Sonic. And then from there, it's pretty even going down the scoreboard. So it just comes down to teamwork and capitalizing on opportunities. I mean, I know I probably sound like a broken record at this point. I keep saying that, but that really is what's happening here. Approaching the 6-minute mark. 6-minute mark. 4-1 here in favor of UK after winning Map 1 Broken Limits. Pretty much the same fashion as we're seeing. Shiver trying to get a second cap and Rastaman getting a hero save of his own. And that's just really unfortunate for the Shiver roster, as just when you think they are going to get another cap, they don't have the base clear. I don't know if that's a lack of communication or they're hoping they can bulldoze their way through the remaining players in their base. It's just not working out for them. Shiver, this has been all too common. When the flag goes down for them on their runs, it sits for too long. They don't get the quick pickup and progress the flag forward towards their base, which allows the enemy team, UK, to regroup and prevent that forward progress and ultimately get the return. You know, they have to hit the shots, they have to get the frags, but they're doing so in a fashion that's allowing their teammates to catch up. Whereas on the flip side, when they drop the flag, we're seeing quick pickups from UK to make that flag move forward without allowing Shiver an opportunity to respond and regroup. And a lot of that, I think, is a credit to Sonic in particular, who just seems to have that sixth sense of knowing where to be to support his team best. Knowing when to push, knowing when to stutter step and stall. But really, in general, the teamwork of the offensive players, Rastaman, A, and Sonic, and even Humpty has just been stellar. Kind of a rotating list of attackers for UK here on this map, Sprinta. And as we get closer to the 4-minute mark, Shiver roster in desperation mode. I don't think they're going to have any shot at winning this map. But stranger things have happened. We're going to have to rattle off 3 caps in succession quite quickly, and Sonic slowing it down here, probably a smart move. Eat up some of that time, as we are seeing Shiver in desperation mode. They basically left the defense completely open. Sonic just walking out of the base. Meets the flag carrier, but he has all sorts of support. It's a nice shot there. Spams some taunts because of it. Those are well earned, well met. And we're just seeing some cherry picking coming from Shiver, albeit they kind of have to at this point. And just hope that they do get all of the caps and the cherry picks come in succession. So there's one to bring it within 2. 3 minutes remaining. It's still not out of the realm of possibility, but there's no cherry pick there. They needed it. Sonic goes for the clean grab, does not get it. Koa frags him out and gets the return. 3 minutes remaining. Exist with a pickup. Has some support, but stalwart on defense. Just stone cold right now. 12 flag kills for him, leading the server. Shiver's going to have to pick up the pace. They need a grab, although easier said than done here in Instagive, particularly on a map like Sprinta. And we're getting a few comments from players. Shiver is missing Sakura, 670. Clippo's a $200 player, although he's not playing that poorly. He's 65 frags. Stat line not that great. 1 cover, 2 flag kills. But he's got 7 grabs, so he's not... You can't say he's a waste of space, although I would argue that having Sakura, who's their captain, I would assume he would be integral to their success. Perhaps a strat caller, in-game leader. As Fisk has made it back to his flag room, they need the return. 2 minutes remaining. They could bring it within 1 with this cap. A little too far from the flag for my comfort, but Just like that, has brought it within one. Just under 2 minutes remaining. And that is a good point. Like I said, the comms are huge. Especially when you talk about what I've said already, with how the teamwork has kind of been just a half step behind for Shiver on the offensive side. Perhaps if they did have their leader, Sakura, a bit better communication would have been apparent, but not the case so far. Perhaps a little lineup difficulties, but still within striking distance here, although they need a grab if they want any chance of forcing OT here on the second map. Of course, they need a win if they want to get to a tiebreaker. Not looking like that's going to be the case. We're watching Fisk, who has been a heavy fragger for his team so far. Looking for that equalizer is Shiver. 1 minute remaining. Rastaman getting a completely clean grab as all of the players for Shiver are on offense. Hoping to get the grab and the return on the way home. Fisk finally with the pickup. He's going to meet the flag carrier. He does. Puts down Rastaman, but he is shot from behind. And Ante just all over the place on this map, getting those clutch returns when he needs them most. 30 seconds remaining. Last chance for the Shiver roster to get a grab and perhaps the win. I don't think they're going to do it. Or not the win, just tie it up and perhaps hope to get the win. We're watching from the defensive side, the UK flag room running out of time, and that's probably going to do it. Admirable performance, particularly from Fisk. But UK is able to hold on. So well played by UK. Nice try by Shiver. Perhaps wait.